Hello.
Then, now,
Down to the queens.
Episode number 500.
forever.
Looks like hell froze over.
Without any more further ado,
Together.
let's jump straight into the show. Hello, and welcome to episode number, I think it's 96 of the TEW IX Challenge Run. We're here for Raw for Monday, the 20th of January, 2025. And yeah, tonight we have a big four-way number one contenders match for the WWE Women's Championship at the Royal Rumble, featuring Tiffany Stratton, Bianca Belair, Bayley, and Jada Parker. That's tonight's main event. We also have the John Cena Intercontinental Championship Open Challenge, which kicks off the night. And we have a big tag team match as Fraxium faces off with Path of the Dragon. And a whole lot more. So yeah, without any more further ado, let's jump straight into the show. Cena comes to the ring. Championship over his shoulder. He says, "Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Monday Night Raw." So last week I stood in this ring and I declared my entry into the 2025 Royal Rumble match. And you see, when I declared into that Royal Rumble match, a lot of people were looking at me like, "Hey John, you know, you're already the Intercontinental Champion, so what do you need to become the World Champion for?" To that I say this: you only get 12 more months of John Cena. And I'm going to do everything I damn well want in this retirement tour. And that includes winning the Royal Rumble and winning my 17th World Championship at WrestleMania 41. My final WrestleMania. But before then, since John Cena is running back the greatest hits of his career this year, what better place to start than tonight? Than right now. For the first time in my career, I hold this Intercontinental Championship. And I'll be damned if the person who takes this championship from me isn't going to be the most worthy competitor here on Monday Night Raw. Now, for those of you who may remember 10 years ago, gosh, it's really been 10 years since I stood in this ring as the United States Champion. I did the United States Open Challenge. That's where a lot of people around the world who used to hate me started to respect me, respect my work rate. So we're running it back 10 years later. John Cena, Intercontinental Championship Open Challenge. Anybody back there who thinks they've got what it takes, come step up or get stepped on. That's when Ludwig Kaiser comes out and he goes, "John Cena, you may be the self-proclaimed greatest of all time, but you have made a serious big mistake here tonight. You see, you can walk around here as the Intercontinental Champion, but you only get to do so because you have not defended that championship against the best. And Ludwig Kaiser is the best here on Monday Night Raw right now. You see, next Saturday night, you will learn the hard way what happens when you step into the ring with the Ring General, when the Ring General Gunther wins his second consecutive Royal Rumble match. And he's going to do so by eliminating you, John Cena. But as for Ludwig Kaiser, I need to get that Intercontinental Championship to bring it home to Imperium. To add that championship to my collection, John Cena, it's not something I want, it's something that I need. So right here, tonight, in Dallas, I'm going to take that championship from you and end your fairy tale run with this championship before it even gets started. So yeah, John Cena, Ludwig Kaiser, our opening match, Intercontinental Championship on the line. Gets an 84. John Cena was tiring towards the end, but he powered through. But yeah, he does of course retain. It's his first defense of the championship. He puts Ludwig down with an AA in 13 minutes and 2 seconds to make defense number 1 of the Intercontinental Championship. 75 for John Cena, 85 for Ludwig. And yeah, nice little win for him. His first defense of the championship, the first man to step up was Ludwig Kaiser, and he's the first man to get put down by the greatest of all time. Well, second, technically, because Jay White was first. The second man to get put down by John Cena in his retirement tour here in big 2025. After the match, Cena holds the championship up high. He goes to leave when Jay White's music hits. Him and the Guns are coming out for a 6-man tag team match up next, and he crosses paths with John Cena, and he just laughs at him. He goes, "Holding my championship, John. Keep it warm for me, because after I win the Royal Rumble, I'm going to take that back, and I'm going to take that to the main event of WrestleMania, not you." So he goes, "Great words, kid. Come on, great words. I'd love to see you back him up. I'd love to see you back him up. You got a lot of potential, kid. Last week, or 2 weeks ago, when I took the championship from you, you ran me close. Let's see if your heart's in it." And he walks away. And then Jay White and the Guns walk to the ring for their 6-man tag team match coming up shortly. But before then, we get a interview LA Knight is with Kathy Kelly backstage. So join me now, LA Knight. Last week, you and Cody Rhodes, you went to war against Chris Bay and Ace Austin of ABC, of CM Punk still, and Ado, and you came out on top in that Raw main event. So what's next for LA Knight? It was Kathy Kelly, let me talk to you. You see, last week, LA Knight has been involved in some business that I don't really want to be involved with. You see, myself and Cody Rhodes, we fought together to fight CM Punk. We fought together. But tonight's not about CM Punk, tonight's not about Cody Rhodes, and that's about me and only me. Which is why I'm making the definitive statement right here, right now. Cyber Sunday, CM Punk, he came up on top in our clash. Good for him. Bravo, bravo. Okay. But that won't be the case next time we go face to face in the ring, and CM Punk better hope and he better pray that he's not the WWE Champion heading into WrestleMania this year, because he's got to defend it against the man who wins the Royal Rumble match. And who will that man be? None other than LA Knight. Yeah. So yeah, big declaration from LA Knight. He will also be a part of the 2025 Royal Rumble match. 70 rating. Titus World records get put down quickly by the Guns and Jay White. Jay White pinning Slim Shanky for Blade Runner in 6 minutes and 6. 85 for Jay White, 60 for Austin, 54 for Colton, 81 for Elias, 59 for Shanky, and 59 for R-Truth. So yeah, just to get Jay White and the Guns a nice win. God knows the Guns don't get many, and I wanted to give one to Jay White because he lost his last match. Yeah. Then cut backstage to Cora and Roxy. And Roxy comes up to Cora and she goes, "So, we're the women's tag team champions around here, and I've been speaking to Robert Roode, and we got us a number 1 contenders match coming up next. It's going to be a 3-way contenders match. It'll be Jay Flo, it'll be Tegan Knox and Piper Niven, it'll be the Page sisters. And we'll face against the winner of that next week." And of course, yeah, sounds great. Roxy, sounds great. And Roxy goes, "Well, what is the matter with you? Something's been bothering you recently." Cora goes, "Yeah, even though we reign as the greatest women's tag team here in WWE, something just feels off. There's something inside me that I can't seem to shake." And Roxy's like, "What is it?" And she goes, "I can't feel like I still have something left to prove. Do you ever get that feeling?" And Roxy goes, "Well, all the time, but not right now. With CM Punk's with us. We're the greatest women's tag team of all time." Cora goes, "And yet, Roxy, and yet, I know what it is we have to do." And then she walks away. Roxy goes, "Well, you're not going to tell me?" We then see the grand jury backstage in their locker room, and Cody Rhodes walks in. And he goes, "Boys, I don't want any beef right here, right now between us." And they go, "Well, we didn't plan on giving you any beef." He goes, "But last week during our tag team main event, we said that we didn't want you to get involved in our match. But yeah, you were getting involved anyway." You know, myself and LA Knight, we had to settle things with CM Punk and his cronies. And we appreciate you having our backs, but we could have done it alone. And Buddy and Priest like, well, we have our own issues to deal with Ace Austin and Chris Bay. You know, they stabbed us in the back to join CM Punk. So, he goes, I know, but I'm just saying, this isn't a fight that you want to get involved with. This is bigger than you. And we appreciate it, but next time, let us do it alone. Let me do it alone at the Royal Rumble. And he leaves, and then Priest laughs. He goes, look at that, Buddy. Cody thinks we did that for him. And Buddy goes, I mean, I'd expect nothing less from Cody, but he's the one who doesn't quite understand what's going on here. We then cut back to Becky's locker room, and in comes Becky, and Bird Girl's ready in there. She takes a seat and goes, oh, what a busy week, Bird Girl, what a week, you know. I wouldn't wish being as famous and successful as I am on my worst enemy, you know. The things I have to do, okay? So, last week, this J-Flow girl, we seemed to write her off as the culprit. Okay, we seem to think she's free and clear, Bird Girl. I was like, well, I never thought she had any shot at being guilty. Anyway, so, I spoke to Khan Noonien Singh, okay? And I goes, well, what do you mean you spoke to Khan Noonien Singh? And he said that it wasn't him. Okay, so we can cross him off the board too. Which brings us back here tonight, Bird Girl. This girl right here. And I was like, Nova, yes. I think she's playing us. You know, she told Thing 1 and Thing 2 that she liked me when they were trying to, you know, orchestrate an attack on us ahead of Cyber Sunday, Bird Girl. So, I say, we go talk to Nova right now. And we can see what her real thoughts are. You know, if she loves me as much as she claims she loves me, she'd obviously take out my Stargirl and Kelly to get my attention, you know, take out her competition so she can come and sit under my wing too. So, Bird Girl, watch your back. She might be after you too. And then she walks away. Laura goes, okay, let's... I mean, there's a better shot it's Nova than there was that it was Mizuki, so... Speaking of J-Flow, this match gets an 82. That's pretty good. Yeah, Mackie and Tam are crowned the new #1 contenders for the Women's Tag Team Championships. They beat the Liberators and the Page Sisters in a triple threat tag match. They've said it to be elimination. Again, it's not elimination. Mackie will just pin one of the Page Sisters because Tatum Paxley comes out and gets involved and fights off with Tegan and Piper, making it a 2-on-2, and then Mackie pins Kylie Page. So yeah, J-Flow will get the next shot at the Women's Tag Team Championships. 86 for Piper, 77 for Tegan, 76 for Tam, 72 for Mackie, 51 for Kylie, 55 for Kenzie. So yeah, next week it is now official. Mackie and Tam of J-Flow will challenge for the Women's Tag Team Championships against Cora and Roxy of New Millennium. Should be fine. Speaking of women's champions, we get a hype video from the Women's Intercontinental Champion, Stephanie Vaquer. And, you know, she's talking about her victory in the tournament, her victory over Tatum Paxley last week. She says, as the Women's Intercontinental Champion, there's only one place to go after becoming champion, and that's up. You see, I will take this Women's Intercontinental Championship and I will ascend it to new heights. When I enter the Royal Rumble, when I win the Royal Rumble, I take this championship to the main event of WrestleMania and I face the women's champion and I hold both championships here on Monday Night Raw, and then we really will be living in La Primera Era. So yeah, Stephanie announces her spot in the Women's Royal Rumble. You know, I'm sure discourse erupts on Twitter because for some reason the Intercontinental Champion being in the Royal Rumble created an outcry, even though it's always been a thing. Like, come on. You have to try and make up worse excuses to that as to why you just dislike Lyra. Like, come on, people. Speaking of, we do see Nova, and she's talking to Cora and Roxy backstage when Becky and Lyra approach her. She goes, "You." She turns Nova around. She goes, "Becky, can I help you?" She goes, "When you said that you liked me all those weeks ago, what did you mean by that?" Nova just goes, "Well, I don't like what you've become and what you represent now, but I saw all the struggles you were going through earlier in your career, and people have written you off, and then you managed to rise up in spite of the system. Okay, a system that had pinned you down because Charlotte Flair and Ronda Rousey, those were the chosen golden children, and you managed to break that mold, Becky, and I respect the hell out of you for that, because it's something that I do and I aspire to keep doing around here." Becky's like, "Oh, thank you, you're making me blush. Anyway, you are such a big fan of me, as your own Becky Stardust superfan that you are. You clearly want in on this big Becky business right here." And Nova goes, "No, I don't, in fact, we've had our issues in the past." And Becky goes, "Okay. But you took out my Stargirl on R. Kelly last week. Or 2 weeks ago, whatever it was. I lose track of time when I'm so busy." And Roxy just steps in and goes, "Becky, what would you need to learn? Okay. Nova, she had nothing to do with that attack." And then Becky goes, "Zip it, thing two. Obviously you'd say that because you're also a suspect, and Nova didn't do it because you did. Okay?" And then Roxy's like, "Well, if we did it, then why are you accusing Nova of doing it?" She goes, because I... But girl, do you want to take this one for me?" She's just like, because she's lost her mind, basically. And I guess she's wanted to pick a fight with Nova because she doesn't know who attacked Kelly and Billy. Nova goes, "You want to pick a fight, huh? Okay. Well, I'm always down for a fight, Becky. I'm down for a fight tonight, in fact." Becky goes, "Oh, that's great, actually, because we beat Mizuki last week and we managed to prove her innocence with that victory. So, Nova, you can get a fight tonight, okay? You're getting a fight tonight against Bird Girl." Okay, "Sorry? Just do it, Bird Girl. You need to get out there and wrestle Nova and, see if she's guilty. Because how will wrestling Nova prove that she's innocent or guilty? Just because I said so." And then Becky walks away. And Nova just shoves her door and goes, "Okay, guess I've got a match tonight." And walks off. Speaking of matches tonight, Humberto and Akira Tozawa on their way to the ring when Christian and the patriarchy approach them. Christian goes, "People, dinosaur, I know we've had our issues in the past, including my children taking your World Tag Team Championships. But at the end of the day, I respect the hell out of what you've done here in the tag team division on Monday Night Raw, and becoming one of the greatest tag teams of the generation. Trust me, I know what that's like. I know what it's like to be one of the greatest tag teams of all time. Which is why we need you tonight to put these nerds, Fraxium, in their place. Okay, they came out of nowhere, and they now think that they're, championship opportunities when they're not. So go out there and do what you do best, and maybe once again, one day, you and I, we can do this dance for my tag team championships, held by my children." And Humberto goes, "We do plan on winning tonight, Christian, but it's not because of you. It's in spite of you, because you want to take those championships back. Because ever since you and your children took them from us, we've not been the same. Those championships are only at home when they're around our waists." And they walk off, and Christian just laughs and goes, "Okay, boys, I think they're going to get it done." 85, big tag match. Frack team have come in and they've already, taken the world by storm. But, unfortunately, they have bitten off more than they can chew again here tonight, because it is Path of the Dragon who defeat them in 17-16, Tozawa pinning Nathan Fraser with a diving senton. 72 for Fraser, 94 for Axiom, 83 for Tozawa, 76 for Humberto. So yeah, Path of the Dragon do get the job done, you know, as Christian wanted them to. But yes. We then see J-Flo are celebrating, Mackie and Tam celebrating their victory, when Bayley walks up and goes, "Hey, congrats, girls." Okay? Listen, like I said, you know, just start believing in yourself rather than relying on us to get you the victories. And wouldn't you know it, you're the number 1 contenders for the Women's Tag Team Championships. Mackie goes, "Bayley, thank you. One day, you can be champion again too." And Bayley goes, "Well, you know, I'm actually kind of hoping that one day is like 12 days from now at the Royal Rumble when I win tonight and I beat Jade at the Royal Rumble. Who knows? Maybe you'll be tag team champions and I'll be the women's world champion here." Mackie goes, Yeah, you will." And that's when they're jumped from behind by, they being the 2 J-Flo girls, jumped from behind by Cora and Roxy. You know, they lay them out. They also lay out Mizuki and Marika, toss them aside. And Cora just gets in the face of Bayley. And Cora goes, "New friends, huh? Good for you. Because look what's happened to them. Bayley, I did it. I became champion. I became one of the top faces of this women's division. And here you are begging for opportunity, begging J-Flo and cheating to advance in championship tournaments. Who'd have thought? Who'd have thought I'd be the one up here and you'd be the one all the way down there? Strange twist of fate, isn't it? Anyway, best of luck tonight. I'm sure you're going to get the job done." And she like just smiles at Bayley, puts her thumb up and walks away, and Bayley goes, "Oh, that girl. Okay, that girl." We then see Kathy Kelly interviewing Tatum. Because Tatum, we saw you get involved in that tag team match earlier on tonight. You got involved and you cost Tegan Knox and Piper Niven their university. This isn't Chase U. Their opportunity at the Women's Tag Team Championships. Tatum goes, "Wasn't it great? The great Tegan and Piper who get handed everything, get opportunities and friendships and all of that. Screwed once again. I'm just looking out for the little girl around here. Okay, that's me. The person who gets nothing, the person who gets no friends, no championships, loses and loses and loses. But hey, at least Tegan and Piper don't win anything." Now, in a different timeline, me and Tegan and Piper, we could have been friends forever and ever and ever and ever. But they didn't want that. They rejected me. So now, I'm going to teach them what happens when they reject me. I may not have friends, but I don't need friends. I've got myself. And next week, Tegan, Piper, whichever one of you wants it, I'll see you out there. Leave the other one behind. And I'll rip you apart. But you know, in a nice way, like friends do. '81. Pretty good match. Nova against Bird Girl goes 14:45, and Bird Girl does come up short, with Nova pinning her with the area 451. 82 for Nova, 77 for Bird Girl. And yes, nice win for Nova ahead of her spot in the Women's Royal Rumble match, which she intends on winning. Trick Williams pre-tape. He goes, "Let's talk about it. Last week, the ring general Gunther, he made his big return of Monday Night Raw action. He was getting himself warmed up for the Royal Rumble, and he decided that Trick Williams would be the man he steps in the ring with. But little did he know, Trick Williams had the gift of the gift of the gab, and the gift of the jab, and he took the ring general to his limits. Now Gunther, you seem to think you're going back to back in this Royal Rumble match. That's cool. Because I hope you do. Because if you go on to WrestleMania to become WWE Champion, I'd love to run it back against you one more time, because I know I got your number. Or you can keep running, because Trick Willie will find you. And Trick Williams, he don't take one defeat lying down. Because I'm not about it. That's not about it. So Gunther, wherever you are, one day you and I, we're going to do this dance again, and this time the outcome will be a hell of a lot different, with Trick Williams coming out on top. We then cut backstage, and Becky's just scrolling through like her little checkbook while Lyra is holding her neck in pain. She goes, Bird Girl, Nova tonight, I want to rule her off. I want to rule her off as not a suspect, but I still can't, because she's hanging around with Thing 1, Thing 2, and they are kind of my number one suspects. So anybody who associates with them is not off my shit list. But she did flatter me. She was so right about how I became a superstar in face of adversity, right, Bird Girl? And then she turns around and Lyra's just there holding her neck in pain. She goes, doctor's office, now. He goes, okay, Bird Girl, I'm sorry. It's just, this stuff is, more important than your health, quite frankly, and I need to find out who attacked my star girl and R. Kelly. Because if I don't do that, then what kind of a friend would I be? And then Triple H walks in and goes, yeah, Becky. Now, what kind of a friend would you be? He goes, can I help you? And he goes, I saw your note last week. You talked to Triple H about the Thing. You know the Thing? Becky goes, the Thing. I know the Thing. I know the Thing all too well. And he goes, so? And she goes, so what? And he goes, so we need to talk about the Thing. And he goes, listen, Bird Girl. I think the doctor's office is down there two doors to the left. Okay, tell them Becky Stardust sent you. I need to go talk to Triple H about the Thing. And she walks into his office, and then Triple H walks up to Lyra and goes, it's actually on the right, third door down. Just don't tell him anybody sent you. Just go and get checked up and make sure you're okay. Lyra goes, will do, thanks. And she walks off. And then Triple H follows Becky into his office to talk about the Thing. 80 rating. Nice. Let's take that. Wes Lee against Oro Mensah goes 8:52. And I guess for an 8 minutes 52 match, the 80 is really good. But Wes Lee does pick up the win. 92 for Wes, 80 for Oro. So a nice little high-flying match, which Wes Lee picks up the win with. But after the match, he does take the microphone. He goes, last week, this Dijak guy, he thinks he's the moral compass here on Monday Night Raw. He thinks he controls everything. Okay? There's people on this show running around trying to kill each other. There's people being attacked backstage with this big, great mystery. But yet, I had the nerve, to relax myself last week. Because I had the week off, because I wasn't booked. And all of a sudden, I'm the scumbag. I'm the rascal. So, Dijak, you're big, and you're mean, and you got your big tough guy face. But let this be your one and only warning. You can walk around here the moral compass of Raw all you want, thinking you're doing justice to everybody who deserves it. But you don't ever want to get involved in my business ever again. You got it? Because I may be half the size of you, but I know I can kick your ass. And that, quite frankly, would be the biggest justice of all. Fraxium defeated in their locker room. And actually, Fraser's like, we came up on short again tonight, but Path of the Dragon, they're one of the greatest tag teams of this generation. We really ran them close. And I do think next time we'll have them. And he goes, Nathan, this is the second time. If we want to be a tag team here on Monday Night Raw, we need to probably take it slow. And Fraser's like, slow? I don't do slow, okay? I never slow down. He goes, I know, but We can't just keep rushing into matches that we're not likely to win. That's when Christian walks in. He goes, I couldn't agree with him more. He goes, oh great, what do you want, Christian? He goes, I actually come here with a peace offering between us. You know, things between us didn't get off on the right foot. I understand that. You don't want to see me here. But listen here, my sons, Dominic and Lexis, they hold the World Tag Team Championships. And you'd love a shot at those one day, huh? And Axiom goes, yeah, or we'd have to earn them. And Christian goes, that's not entirely true. Okay, as the father of the World Tag Team Champions, you don't have to earn title opportunities, at least in the traditional way. Okay? Now, with Path of the Dragon's victory tonight, they're next in line for an opportunity at my son's championships. And I'm just saying, if hypothetically another team were to come out there and help make sure that Dominic and Lexis keep a hold of their championships, there could be a nice reward to whatever team ends up doing that. You know, perhaps an opportunity at the tag team championships themselves. I'm not saying that, but that would be a reward a generous, great father figure like someone like myself could offer. Have fun, boys, reading whatever comic you're gonna read, and hopefully I'll see you soon. And he walks off. And Fraser's like, I don't know, man. What should we do? Should we take him up on it? And Axiom goes, I would rather not get an opportunity to become tag team champions than resort to that, Nathan. Next week, we've got some big matches set for what is the go-home show for the Royal Rumble. And it includes yet another John Cena Intercontinental Championship Open Challenge, just 5 days before he will be a part of his final Royal Rumble match. The greatest of all time, John Cena, will be defending his Intercontinental Championship once again on Raw. Plus, another championship match, this time for the Women's Tag Team Championships, as determined earlier on tonight. J-Flow, Mackie, and Tam are the number one contenders, and they will face off against the New Millenniums, Cora Jade and Roxy Perez, for the championships next week. And it's now signed off, Tegan Nox will be the one to face off against Tatum Paxley in singles action next week. No Piper Niven, no friends on either side, just Tegan and Tatum one-on-one on next week's show. Plus, when it comes to the Royal Rumble, we haven't learned the Women's Championship match yet. We're going to find that out in just a few moments. We do get more names for both Royal Rumble matches. The men's match, Jay White last week said that he would be a part of the match, but, you know, here he is officially confirmed, as well as LA Knight, who announced earlier on tonight that he would be a part of the men's Royal Rumble match. On the women's side, it is the Women's Intercontinental Champion, Stephanie Vaquer, looking to win the Royal Rumble, become a double champion at WrestleMania. She will join what is a stacked field for the Women's Royal Rumble match, which includes Becky Lynch, Io Sky, Candice LeRae, Nova Nebula, and a whole lot more. And we're just now 12 nights away from the Royal Rumble. Speaking of the Royal Rumble, we're about to find out who will wrestle Jade Cargill for the WWE Women's Championship on that show. She makes her way to the ring, her and Bivens both. She takes a seat at ringside. And we're about to find out, will it be Bayley, Bianca Belair, Tiffany Stratton, or Jada Parker going to LA? A4. I'll take that, considering, Jada's in it and she's not super over. Nice little main event. And it is Tiffany Stratton who picks up the win. But I imagine Bianca hits Jada Parker with a KOD. Tiffany breaks up the pin. Tiffany takes care of Bianca, tosses her to the outside. Bianca and Jade probably do get into it, like at ringside. And then Bianca gets taken out by Tiffany. And then Bayley gets into the ring. She rose plants Tiffany. But Cora Jade comes out. And she nails Bayley with a kendo stick. And then she drops Bayley with that Jaded DDT, which allows Tiffany Stratton to nail the PME and advance to the Royal Rumble. So yeah, the final match now set for the Royal Rumble event. Tiffany Stratton will be the one to challenge Jade Cargill for the WWE Women's Championship. 78 for Bayley, 90 for Bianca, 40 for Jada, and a 73 for Tiffany. And then after the match, Cora continues her attack on Bayley, and Roxy joins in. Before that, Jade and Tiffany at ringside get into a stare down. Jade holds her championship up. Tiffany's like, that's gonna be mine. Okay, your title reign now runs on Tiffy time, bitch, and all that shit. And then they leave, and then we continue the attack in the ring on Bayley, as I was mentioning, and CM Punk comes out. And he comes to the ring, Ace Austin and Chris Bay by his side. Cora and Roxy still attacking Bayley in the ring. And he takes the mic. He goes, Bayley, it really hurts to do this. It really does. When I came back to WWE, you were the first person to greet me. You were the very first person when I came back through that curtain after the Royal Rumble. You were there and you gave me a big hug and you said, welcome home. I never forgot that. I appreciated that. Returning to a locker room full of sharks who were ready to chew me up the second I walked through those doors, having somebody who I considered a friend immediately greet me and welcome me back and tell me everything was going to all be okay. That made me feel at home, and it made me feel like this place had changed. So it's not your fault, Bayley. But, Cora and Roxy, they know you better than I do. Cora especially. They reign as the women's tag team champions right here, and despite proving their worth to me and to my cause, you're still on the forefront of their mind. You're still all they need to prove their worth to, Bayley. So tonight, you didn't get your opportunity to become women's champion. I'm truly, truly sorry. Because, Bayley, I'd love to help you get there. But I just need to know one thing. Are you in? Or are you out? Because Cora and Roxy, they'll forgive you. They can put all of this in the past because all Cora ever wanted was to be accepted by you. So you can see the light. You can agree with us, join us by our side. And we can make all of this go away. And you can be our role model, our key to the Women's Championship. You can win that Royal Rumble for us. Or you can make this difficult, Bayley. I'd really like it if you didn't make this difficult, because truly from the bottom of my heart, we do love you. And we want to see you succeed. So let us know. Are you in? Or are you out? And he puts the mic in Bayley's face. And Bayley goes, Punk, you're right. I was the first to welcome you back, and I was so happy to see you back. But not the man you've become. And I will never side with her ever again after everything she's done to me. I'm out. Punk goes, not a very smart choice, my wife, she made the same decision. She made the same decision to stand on her own 2 feet, not with 2 women who looked up to her, and even me, her own damn husband. And we took her out. So, Bayley, just like I said to my very own wife, it's nothing personal, but you should have made a better decision. Cora and Roxy then go to, attack Bayley. Cody Rhodes' music hits. He rushes to the ring. He gets into it with CM Punk, and, Cody and Punk fighting distracts Cora and Roxy, and they try and, break it up, try and get Cody off him. Ace Austin and Chris Bay attempt to fight, and they end up, over outnumbering Cody, and then they're free on one attacking Cody on the outside. Bayley manages to get away without getting attacked, and Punk tosses Cody back into the ring. Ace Austin and Chris Bay lay him out with their finisher, And then Punk picks up Cody. He nails the GTS. And he sits down on top of Cody's body. He holds the championship up high. And that's how we go off the air with the Antidote standing tall over the body of Cody Rhodes. And he saved Bayley, but you know, he spoke to Priest and Buddy earlier on tonight, and nobody came out to help him because he basically pissed them off. So yeah, Cody left a fight for himself here tonight. 83. Sure, let's take that. That's not too bad. Matters more is what you thought of the show. Do it in the comments below. I'll see you on the other side now for Heat. Heat kicks off a 74 rated tag match. You know, just a nice little tag match. Fatal Influence defeating Sol, Ruca, and Zoe Stark. The Fatal Influence duo being Zelina Vega and Fallon Henley. Fallon pinning Zoe in 14-28. 63 for Zelina, 64 for Fallon, 64 for Zoe, 72 for Sol. She actually scored the highest in here. But yeah, you know, they've been taking a lot of losses recently. They being Fatal Influence, mainly because they've been working with like the top names in the SmackDown division. So yeah, just give them a nice win here. You know, keep their momentum rolling. We then cut backstage, and Shotzi's there. She's got her jacket on. She's got her helmet on. She goes, "Where's my tank? Okay, I've got a match coming up later on tonight. I need my tank. Okay, I need my tank to take care of business." And then she does find her tank, and her tank has been painted pink. And she's like, "Why is my tank pink?" And then Mariah and Anne-Marie walk into him. They go, "Oh, sorry, was that yours?" So you left it parked out in the hallway, and we don't really appreciate that, especially because we've got to tidy this whole place up, because Tiffany Stratton is about to become the WWE Women's Champion, and we can't just have ugly tanks, you know, sitting around here in the hallway. So we gave it a nice makeover. We hope you like it, and be careful where you park your stuff next time. And they walk off, and Shotzi just looks at it and goes, "I can't drive this out there. I'm going to go out without my tank. Can I win without my tank? You know, this is new grounds for me. I can't bring this pink tank out. That's not Shotzi." Let's change her gimmick. Gets a great. Again, she had chilly momentum, so I had to just give her a new gimmick, so now hopefully her momentum gets better. But yeah, she has a match with Gacy Jane later on tonight, and she's going it tankless, it seems, because her tank is now pink. 68, that's actually a lot better than I thought it would be, to be fair. Ivy Nile gets another win here on Heat. She beats Persephone in 6:19. 63 for Ivy, 42 for Persephone. Then after the match, Alicia Sanford gets in the ring again, and Ivy Nile takes them back. She goes, "Last week, I claimed that Heat would be my show. Another victory here on Heat. You know, if I can't get used, and Paul Heyman doesn't know what he's got on ECW, then I'm just going to stick around here, and I'm going to make myself undeniable on here, just like everybody else that steps through Heat does, okay? Because 2025 is the year of Ivy Nile, and I'm done being overlooked." 75. Due to, you know, her coming out without her tank, you can see it's playing on Shotzi's mind throughout her entire match, and she does end up losing to Gacy Jane in 7:53, 69 for JC, 64 for Shotzi. So yeah, now we know what happens. If Shotzi doesn't have her tank with her, she's depowered. You know, she spends the entire match worrying about not having her tank out there, but JC picks up the win. Then get a quick Chelsea Green backstage segment, and she goes, "Okay, so next week is a big night, okay? Because Mackie and Tam, they're going to win the tag team championships back. We're going to be under the second reign of J-Flow. Now, Chelsea, you know, they only got this momentum back, rolling back on their side because you're by their side. But don't let it get to your head, okay, Chelsea? You're going to have to stay humble. And, but like, we know why J-Flow are now back on top. And, you know, we got to celebrate. You can't just celebrate yourself, though, Chelsea. You got to celebrate the entire group. So, you know, let's get this stuff made. You know, what did they like? Let's get some Japanese culture back in here. Let's get some K-pop. Let's get all of it, because next week's going to be a can't-miss celebration when J-Flow once again become the women's tag team champions. And, you know, with the whole Freebird rule they had last time they were the champions, who knows? Maybe I'm even going to get to hold it. Maybe Chelsea Green will be a women's tag team champion this time next week because, hey, I'm in the group and they're going to be the champions. Don't get ahead of yourself, Chelsea, okay? Remain calm. Just get this sorted, just in case. Oh, my goodness. An 85 rated main event. Aoi Maikawa faces off against Alba Fire. It is Alba Fire who picks up the win because Ivy Nile gets involved and she interferes against Aoi. And that helps Alba pick up the win in 18:25 with a gory bomb. 78 for Alba Fire, 92 for Aoi Maikawa. So yeah, Ivy Nile, she said that she was going to make Heat her place, and she's screwed over Aoi here tonight. So yeah. Big win for Alba, though. Nice win. 77 rated show. I like this episode of Heat. We've got shit happening. They're inconsequential stories like Shotzi's tank being painted pink and Ivy Nile trying to get herself attention. But hey, at least stuff's happening on Heat. What matters more, that's what you thought of the show, mainly of Raw. Do leave the comments below. I'm sorry if I was a little bit out of it. I am technically still ill. Yes, again. But, I don't get much time to record, and so I thought I'd do it now. But yeah, I'll see you next time for ECW. See you then.